Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I'm your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is my partner, Joshua. Gangsta Time Code.
It's called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, everybody? Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah.
Good, Chris.
Also joining us is the disembodied voice of our producer. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hey, oh man, he is back, baby. We're back. We're a little late this week, but you know, sometimes life happens. I'm a cat dad now, so I'm looking after my babies. But I've managed to free up some time to do this amazing show, and what an amazing show it'll be. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into plugs really fast. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD_Cole_37. That's on Instagram, and at NYChillin with an EN, not an ING. That's on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Brian.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter, and if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.
Hello? I think you cut off,
What?
Brian.
Where did I cut off at?
Just do the whole spiel one more time.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter, and if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram and also TikTok. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll that we have the answers for. We also do a monthly chapter of the week. That poll's up right now. We're going to do a monthly episode sometime in the future, sometime relatively soon. Scheduling's a little crazy, but you know, we'll figure it out. We got a monthly episode coming up with World Trigger.
World Trigger's in there, so we're going to get to it as soon as we can.
Yeah, we got World Trigger, we got Board, so we have the American comics as well, all jammed in that episode. So stay tuned for that one. So yeah, follow us on Twitter, vote for your favorite monthly series. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. That would be pretty fire if you did that. We actually have one question today that we're going to answer from Mike, our one fan that communicates with us regularly. So stay tuned for that and send in your own questions. Or you can comment your questions under the video versions of the podcast that you're currently watching, whether it's the full version or the little highlight breakouts we make for you guys every week. So comment what you think about the manga, any questions you have for us, what you think about the podcast in general. That would be super helpful for us. You can also subscribe. Please do that. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a share. Let people know that we exist, because we're a pretty cool pod, I think.
I think so too, Chris.
I think so. If you prefer audio podcasts, though, we are on all audio platforms, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music. Now we are on. So, you know, check us out on any of those platforms, and that would be super sweet. Give us a 5-star review if they allow you to. I think Spotify just allowed that recently. So give us a 5-star review. Super helpful for the algorithm. The almighty algorithm. But I think that's it. With that being said, spoiler alerts ahead. Let's get into the show. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1045, Next Level. Color pages by Oda.
Oh, they not lying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, first of all, fun fact about this color spread. It's actually on this One Piece food truck that's in Japan. That's the side of it. So, pretty neat. But
you know, cool.
Yeah. Last we left off with One Piece, Luffy has unlocked his 5th gear, and we are now privy to the fact that it has not been the Gum fruit this entire time, but the human fruit modeled Nika the sun god. So that's pretty neat. And at this point, it just seems like Luffy's basically a cartoon, and we're about to get a little bit more of that as the chapter goes on. Kaido is just like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this the awakening of your little Paramethea form? But something doesn't add up. Body transformations like that are trademark of Zoan types. and then he just chomps on Luffy. Luffy snake coils through Kaido's intestines, just bashing around in there, and then he balloons up inside of Kaido, making him float through the air. And they're like, "What the hell's going on?" He said, "Kaido's getting fatter."
It reminds me of Shrek. Do you remember the first Shrek?
Yeah.
When he caught the frog and blew it up.
Yeah. That's
Fiona got the snake and made a balloon hit him.
Oh my god. Then Luffy sees two lights inside of Kaido, and he's like, "Oh, I see two lights." And then he reaches out his hands through Kaido's eyeballs and slingshots himself out of Kaido's mouth.
So he rips through his eyeballs.
No, I think it comes out of the mouth, because I think he shoots.
No, he rips his arms through the eyeballs.
Yeah, he rips his arms through the eyeballs.
He turned Kaido's eyeballs to rubber and push and catapult.
Oh, he reached through his eyeballs.
Yeah, he just
wow.
Yeah, he just just stuck him through and turned him to rubber.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he lets out all the air that he's absorbed, launching himself into the sky, and then he comes down a full ass giant in the panel that I feel like Oda waited 22 years to draw.
You think so?
I feel like this is one he was like, "Ooh, I can't wait. This is the one I've been
waiting."
waiting."
A giant rubber guy.
Yeah.
Eat that, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh man. I love this panel so much. It's so fucking cool. Kaido is just like, you see the question mark exclamation point thing where Kaido's like, I'm getting I'm getting ransacked and I don't know what's going on anymore. But Kaido counters this by just looping around and biting Luffy. And Luffy counters that by turning Kaido into jump rope as he's falling down. Kaido hits him with that blast breath, turning Luffy into a dark charcoal. But then Luffy runs through the air like Sonic the Hedgehog almost.
Yes. Off of... yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess other people have done it before.
I guess.
Like the CP0.
Yeah, but they're kicking off the air. Luffy they're kicking off the air. They're doing a double jump. Luffy's straight up Bleach style running on the air.
Yeah, he sure is. He has reacts.
Yeah. He tries to go for this counterattack. Kaido hits him with that Ragnarok, sending his head all the way down into the performance floor again. This just reminds me of The Mask, Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Yeah.
If you ever seen that,
everyone's eyes popping out. Come on, who has it? Come on, if you haven't seen The Mask, you guys are missing out. Jim Carrey at his best.
Yeah. Everybody else's eyes also pop out cartoon style. Even Law's, which is really funny because Law is just serious, but his eyeballs are just out. And Luffy comes back out, squeezes himself out, and you see him. He's actually running out of energy at this point. Kaido is like, "Well, that was weird, but hey, you've reached your limit now, have you?" Luffy is not looking good at this moment. He said, "Oh fuck, I was dying before this. Sheesh, it takes up a lot of energy." Kaido's like, "Don't worry, man. Everybody will remember how good of a fight you put up after I kill you." Basically. And then
you're straight, bro. Don't even sweat it.
Yeah,
people will tell tales of your glory.
Yeah, Thanos is him. He says he's like, "People, I hope they'll remember you." No. Then Luffy tells a Brook joke, which is kind of funny. This is a Brook-esque joke where he's like, "Once we're dead, the only thing that's left is bones." And he starts to gas himself up again, thinking about all of the people who have suffered under Kaido's reign, whether it's Momo, Tama, Kinemon, Pedro. I would have thought he would have thrown in the Young Dawn in there, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
We know.
Yeah, we know. That goes without saying. So, he fires up his Gear 5 again, and he starts chasing after Kaido. Kaido bashes him with the Iron Club, but Luffy's head forms around it in low-key Nightmare Fuel panel.
Yeah.
where he's just got spikes protruding out of his head and he's like running away because he just got smacked really hard. Luffy also turns the environment into rubber to lessen the impact of the second blow and then launch himself out. He still has his head caved in, but in a funny cartoony way.
Yeah, in a he's not dead way.
yeah. And then the piece de resistance happens. Luffy bounces back at Kaido, and he just straight up punches a hole through Kaido's face. Like, his whole arm goes straight through Kaido, but it actually doesn't leave a hole because Kaido's fine.
I think he punches through his head like he did his eyes.
Yeah, he did, but there's no hole in Kaido's face. So, he just...
No, there's no hole in his eyes.
That's what I'm saying. It's funny because, like, his fist goes straight through Kaido's head.
Oh, yeah. But no, yeah, that's the rubber. He just... Damn.
Yeah.
I like this tornado attack he did.
Yeah. This is
pretty cool.
This attack is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in One Piece. Just a blam. I'm gonna punch a head straight through your face.
Yeah, he knocked Kaido on his ass. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
all Zoro did was scar him.
Yeah, that's all he did. And the chapter ends with Luffy being like, "Isn't this fun, Kaido?" He's like, "Ooh, you having fun now, huh? This is a good time for you, huh?
How'd you drink some of that liquor now, huh?"
Hey, you're not getting drunk anymore. You're not enjoying yourself so much.
What's up?
But that's the end of the chapter. Wow, big chapter. Let's get into thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Okay. I'm thoroughly impressed by Luffy and his feats. It's still kind of crazy to look at. I'm still kind of adjusting to it.
Mm-hmm.
But, through this fight, I guess I'm understanding what his power is about. It's not... I mean, look, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
But it's not, without... it has flaws. It can be... I'm sure it can be beaten by somebody else that's strong, too, if they... do the right things. I'm sure if he gets frozen, it's still bad for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That would make sense.
It's just, I get it. He turns things into rubber and himself, but wow, is there a limit? These are the things I think about after this fight.
Mm-hmm.
What are the limits to his strength? Until he runs out of juice? So you just have to survive this kid's silliness and hope that you didn't cross his best friends that he just met?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
These deep friendships that he made in 15 minutes within knowing someone?
Yeah. Don't cross those guys.
Hey.
And if you survive the bullshit, you'll be okay. You'll run out of energy.
Yeah.
And then you fucking split. And you hope you never run into this kid again.
Get the fuck out of there, dude.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there, yo. Those are my thoughts about this
Yeah.
issue.
Hey, Brian, what did you think? Oh, also, what did you think about last chapter? This whole ordeal. We never got your thoughts because you weren't here last week. So
oh shit!
I want to know. I want to know your whole, the full extent of your power.
So, it's insane how obvious this was. Like, everybody was literally tossing out theories that were not this theory. Like in retrospect, it's such an obvious in retrospect, in hindsight, when you look back, you're like, oh shit. It would be Sun God Nika fruit, right? Like the same chapter that they brought up the gum fruit getting stolen from the Navy was the same chapter that they brought up Nika in the first place. So it's like, really, did nobody put this together and thought it would be a Nika fruit? But I'm just surprised as to. I'm glad. Honestly,
hey, Brian.
Anything else?
Sorry, you're cutting out again. I need you to repeat that.
More so than anything else, I'm really glad that the fruit ended up this way, as opposed to like being like a resin fruit or some other shit. Just because this is like Luffy in his truest form. And a lot of the ways that he is fighting right now and a lot of ways that he's acting it makes a lot of the story make more sense, in my opinion. Like, Luffy has always done these random, like, reality defying things that's never really explained. Nobody else has ever done what Luffy does. Like, Luffy, like, he just drinks water and he is all of a sudden not fucking extremely dehydrated from crocodile. Like, that, nobody else can do that but Luffy. Luffy is the only person who could do that shit. Luffy is the only person who can recover from a complete fucking ass beating just by eating food. Like, it just makes the entire series make sense in a lot of ways. Huh?
The silliness of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just summed it up to, oh, that's just Luffy being Luffy, right? But it was actually like a property of his fruit. And I'm really glad that he finally got to this, because I'm pretty sure he was building up to this for fucking decades, and now he's finally able to like let Luffy loose on the world and shit, and really show him for who he is. This is a wonderful chapter. I fucking loved when he turned into a fucking giant. That shit literally made me like audibly shocked. I was literally like, oh shit, he's a fucking giant! Like,
yeah.
And it kind of adds more to the theory that Joy Boy was probably a giant before, given that there's a giant fucking giant straw hat somewhere in the world. So
yeah, that's possible, honestly.
Whoa. There's a giant straw hat somewhere?
Yeah, you remember King Emu? When he opened yeah, it was a giant straw hat.
You don't remember that? In like a fucking freezer.
That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, you're right. I know, but I forgot. Okay. I still forgot.
But to wrap things up a little bit here, I wanted to talk about what the community thinks is gonna happen. So
let's go.
I've seen a couple theories. I've seen a couple of these things, but the most prominent one that's really shaking up the community is again Mr. Morge coming back at it again. He's the guy who originally put out a theory that that Luffy and the crew are gonna fail the raid, right? He still believes that Luffy is going to lose this fight against Kaido, even with your
crap at this point. Just saying.
Hey man, that's like he's putting all his chips in the table.
He sure is. He's riding and dying with this until the very end.
So here's like some prominent points that I took out from it. So he basically says that there's still a lot of unresolved things that are going on with Kaido at this moment. Like, there's too many loose ends, and he believes that from the writing perspective that Oda is taking with this battle is more leaning towards Kaido being the victor than Luffy, because Luffy is always the one pushing the boundaries of the fight, essentially. Like, Luffy is always the one that is proclaiming an early victory. Luffy's the one that's always pushing and getting better. Meanwhile, we haven't seen everything that Kaido has to offer to the fight yet. We still don't even know if he's awakened, like if he has used his awakening yet, either. And we haven't gotten his flashback as well. So there's just so much about Kaido that's up in the air. And there's one thing that I believe has the most credence to this, and it's when Kaido beat Luffy and launched him off the island, off of Onigashima. He said that nobody will believe that Luffy has lost until they see him lose. So, and that right there made me think, like, you don't just add that into the story without having it be a part of the story at some point, you know? Like, Oda doesn't just leave like a crumb like that and just not do anything with it. So, I believe Luffy might actually lose here, but it's more of it's not like a loss in the fight. It's more like a test of the willpower of the Straw Hat Alliance at this moment. Like, seeing Luffy crash into the fucking performance floor, defeated once more, like, that's gonna really test people's belief in Luffy and their willpower and their spirit. And that's all Kaido is. Like, Kaido is all about destroying hope and breaking people down. Not just physically, but mentally as well.
Kaido got his ass whooped. Plain and simple, and he wasn't ready for all of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll get into my thoughts then with that. Unless you were still going, Brian. Do you have any more?
No, I was just talking shit.
Nah, I don't got much else to say after that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I also love this chapter. It is very interesting to see how like the world is reacting to this. Because there's like I can only go by what I'm seeing on TikTok basically, and the TikTok community is that's how I get linked in to all this. A lot of people there's a lot of debate over whether this is an ass pull or not. And Bleach and Naruto fans are like trying to hammer it home, bro. It's pretty funny. Honestly,
is that what it is? The haters?
I'll be honest. I'm like, damn.
I thought it was infighting.
I'll be honest. It's like, damn. Is this how it feels like to have to defend your point here?
Wait, what you
to defend and
they had no excuse. Fuck out of here, man.
No,
we had no, bro. Oh man, like we didn't love them series too. Stop it.
It is funny.
Stop it. Stop lying to yourselves.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm mostly saying this in jest, honestly, because it is funny to see the discourse that's happening over whether this is an ass pull or not. I'm of the school of thought that it's not. I will like the only thing I'll grant is that maybe the revelation of the twist could have been better executed.
Bro,
maybe.
Listen.
But
I'm not. All right, go finish. Please finish.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is that also, like One Piece fans out there, we don't owe anybody an explanation. Oda ties up every loose end, bro. He goes back. He had a whole how many 2-volume flashback closing up certain loose ends this very arc. So we know that he's got something to tie everything together. I'm not.
Thank you. That's the point.
I'm not worried. But
who cares if it was a fucking ass pull? That's my position. I don't care. Because guess what? People's stories change and they get inspired by different things they see throughout time. Bro, dog, this series been going on for almost our entire lifetime.
Yeah.
20. It's been going for 20 years.
Oh, you think you're not going to get new ideas? Huh?
It's been going for 24 years.
There you go. That's older than Brian, right?
It's about the same age.
It's a couple months older.
We went over this already. Brian feels like the golden child.
No, Brian. One Piece came out the day before my birthday, on Brian's birth year. So,
wow, good for you guys.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have such a link to it. Yeah,
I guess that means that's why I was such a hater. But I think 4 kids have more to do with that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say this on that because I agree. Like, I don't think it's an ass pull, but at the same time, it's all in how you execute it. And, we'll see how it goes from here. The thing about other ass pulls in other series is that there's no... It hurts extra when there's, no plausible explanation for why things are the way they are. Like if you came up with something on the spot, if you can't retcon it into everything that happened before and make it fit, then that's when it's really bad. That's when it hurts. And I feel like certain things in other series was not executed well. And to be fair, we don't know everything about this yet. We don't know how it fits, and maybe we will be wrong. But I have Oda has so much credit with me that I think...
You know what I think was an ass pull that probably nobody gave a shit about?
What?
A little child deciding that he was going to age himself 30 years or so in order to defeat his foe. And that would create a rule on his ability that it can't be used, and I guess it'd be a smoldering half corpse. That was his plan from the start?
Probably. It could be.
I'm not going to go on a tangent about that, actually, because I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like Hunter x Hunter. I did a lot. It's just that I have thoughts. That's all.
Yeah. Well.
So, anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think this was a planned thing. I think we mentioned this last week, but I want Brian to mention it to Brian to see what he thinks. Is that it is, you can make arguments as to, this was a thing that we can see based on how Luffy uses his powers. Like Brian touched on this earlier, but I think the big one is Red Hawk. 100%. That is like the first real hint that the gum fruit is not what it seems, because again, we watched that shit ignite underwater. There's fire. It's just like coming in, and then when he hit somebody with it, their back exploded. There was a combustion, and you could honestly see that. Hey, maybe this is just a hyperbole, like a symbol for the devastating impact of this hit. The explosion's not really there, but it makes sense when you consider all of Nika's powers. That hey, yeah, he can make things explode with his punches because he can also punch holes through people's heads and they'll live. So,
sure.
He
can hurt if he wants. I'll say this too. I don't think. Oh, sorry. Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. I was reacting to you talking about the Red Hawk and how awesome it was.
It was awesome
and unbelievable.
Awesome.
God damn it. Oh, okay. I wanted to also make this last point. Because what do we define as an asshole? Because do you think, because when he had that Red Hawk, that was in the Fisherman arc. Mm-hmm. You think so does that mean he had this idea planned from the beginning? Is that what an asshole is? If you didn't have it planned out from the beginning, it's an asshole?
Technically, I mean, I guess it it's not just that you didn't have it planned from the beginning, is that it's also almost no build up. And that's what I believe an asshole to be, is that not only did you not plan this from the beginning, but there's no prior build up to this that would lead you to this conclusion at all. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So say for example, all of a sudden your main power system is based off of a tree that aliens planted long ago.
No, all right. So the lore backs it up, and the recent events. I think he gave it a few years is enough time to build something up.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see where it fits in the lore before we can make that.
Bro, the Fishman arc was in 2012 or 11, probably.
Yeah, but in the overall arching story, if you can make it fit in any point in time, then technically, I think it transcends an ass pull, really.
Wikipedia says an ass pull is a hastily fabricated explanation or contrived plot twist.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any of that.
Is this a contrived plot twist?
I don't think so. I don't think it's contrived.
Awakening was built up.
And also the concept of, the ability of, Luffy stretching the boundaries of what rubber really does. This entire series is another thing. We've definitely seen that.
This makes his fucking zombie form on Thriller Bark make a lot more sense now.
Yeah, the Shadow Luffy. Remember when he absorbed all that, became a Hulk?
Yeah, I was like, wait, why did he change like that?
Yeah, he
could just make himself a shape of whatever he wants to, whatever he thinks depicts what he's feeling right now,
Yeah. His gears get progressively more Nika the Sun God-esque the further down he goes down the gear system. It all makes sense.
It does.
It does. I can't wait to hear the lore, though, how it fits in, because this is the ultimate test. It really is. And I'm we're saying things pretty definitively, but much like the Otsutsuki thing that's happening in Boruto right now, this is a real, all right, so this is what's going to define One Piece from now on. Whatever happens, however this is explained, however it fits into the lore, this is a very important moment for the entire 24-year run of One Piece. So, no pressure, Oda.
Emperor is going to be a huge thing, too. Nothing's going to be the same moving forward.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it.
Yeah.
Real quick. You guys remember when Luffy drank a lot of water and he had the big water belly when he was fighting Crocodile?
Yeah.
and Crocodile stabbed him, and he was like literally just leaking water from like small holes in his body.
Yeah, there was no blood.
That was,
Yeah, there was no blood. Like water flew out of his belly button.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally Nika shit. That's literally shit he's doing right now. It's just literally what, like 20 years ago?
Mid-form,
20
bro.
years ago.
Listen, man.
Shit?
I feel crazy bending over backwards to like explain all this shit. I know it's valid, but I feel like a crazy One Piece fan. You know, like I'm so deep in the back.
No, it's not that you're crazy. It's just that it makes sense.
I know
It literally makes sense. Like
Brian,
this fruit has a lot of buildup to it that we just didn't recognize.
I do not I think that this is incorrect. I don't think this is not valid. I just hate how this makes me look in the eyes of people who don't vibe with this. You know what I mean? Like, people are probably like, oh, here we go, these One Piece stands.
That's fine.
Hey, sometimes bandwagons
They're
are
just mad. They're just mad because their series did not have so much evidence to back up their ass pulls.
That is the truth, man. That is the big defining thing of executing an ass pull.
You cannot go back to chapter 1 of Naruto and predict that there's going to be a giant fucking chakra tree planted by aliens.
You can go back to the beginning of the Espada arc and believe that Yami was going to be number 0.
Yeah.
When he pulled up at Ukiora.
Oh, you mean this guy who's been getting mashed this entire time? Guess what? He's the strongest. And then he also gets mashed again. He gets mashed again. Ukiora is number 4, and it took him a whole, 10-chapter battle to fight him. Yami's the strongest one, supposedly. He gets washed by Mayuri. Yeah, he gets washed pretty bad.
I mean, it was carving him up, but you already knew what time it was.
Yeah. So
they're making a sport of it.
But you know what? I don't believe in tearing the manga down to make One Piece look better. One Piece can stand on its own 2 feet. It can stand on its own 2 feet, and it could. I'm not going to bat. You know, we already presented our case here. But yeah, I like this chapter a lot, and it was just fun. Just have fun. Goddamn. Just have fun with this goofy ass He punched a hole through a man's head, and the man did not have a hole in his head afterwards.
All right, but I think we all good on One Piece, right?
Yeah. By the way,
some gangster shit.
Yeah. Is this anybody's RGC?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
Interesting. Because it's not mine either. It's fantastic, but man, we'll get into it. Anyway, that was One Piece. Let us know what you guys think about all this stuff we're saying in the comments. Please comment below. I do want to get the general consensus of what people feel, because all I get is just basically content creators just kind of doing the thing to get views and whatnot, whether it's on TikTok or YouTube. But I want to know the people's earnest thoughts on this. So let us know in the comments section, please. And with that being said, let's
stop hating.
Yeah, and stop hating.
Oda.
Seriously,
stop fucking chill pill, bro.
Yeah, I know we
Drink
did this.
Kool-Aid, my nigga.
Yeah, I know we did this a lot when we were 19 and ripping on Bleach for everything they did. But
listen, fuck all the bullshit. You take that chill pill, you take it in, and you drink that Kool-Aid, and you say, "I'm ready for next week."
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
that's it. All you got to do.
Yeah, hey,
or not, or you could be miserable. It's up to you.
Exactly. Oda's not on break next week, so we will get another one.
He's not on break.
He's not on break. Probably the week after, though.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Brian's mad hype.
Yeah, Brian's hype. You can't see him, but he is hype.
Yeah, look at my face. You gonna tell me I'm not hyped?
Can you feel his face?
I wish we showed your icon. I wish we just had your icon there.
Yeah, I'd have to make.
We're gonna discuss this at the end of this podcast.
No, I tried it. It didn't work. Anyway, let's move onward, I guess. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 180, Sendai Colony, part 7. Ooh, we almost to a 220 more weeks.
Oh, bro, this shit is Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so last we left off, the numbers of the current battle between Okkotsu and 3 other sorcerers whittle down pretty fast in the span of 2 pages. All of a sudden, Urushi is eliminated for real this time, I think. And and Uro is out. Sky Lady, she's gone. She's done for the day. She's clocked out. Leaving Ishigori and Okkotsu as the remaining fighters. They're about to clash cursed energy outputs. We get a just marvelous 2-page spread after 2-page spread. Like, the opening 2-page spread is just so dope. Both, like, I love the perspective, you know, of the hands coming out towards the camera. You know, it's so dope. They clash. There's like a fireworks show happening of cursed energy. And they're basically using all their power. Okkotsu's basically using all their power to go up against Ishigori. So yeah, they're gonna try it again. This time Rika does a beam. And Okkotsu jumped forward, tries to attack him like in a 2-pronged attack. Ishigori blocks the cursed attack. And Ishigori is about to fire off another Pompadour blast, but it doesn't work. It just zooms upward because Okkotsu's curse technique has finally replenished. He uses Uro's fucking sky curse technique to send the fucking blast up.
Just seeing her use.
Oh my god, so cool. So he's like, wait, his curse technique is copied, but like, when did he satisfy his technique? When I wasn't looking, surely it isn't conditionless. And then he remembers that Rika...
Right. It can't be that free. Like,
yeah. And then he remembers that Rika ate Uro's arm.
Right. I thought she just did that to be an animal. Like, just fucking arm.
Yeah, like a dog. Like,
right? Like, I'll take that. Like, you know, like the Titans. Like, you know how they eat and they don't really need to, but they do it anyway.
Yeah.
They do it anyway.
So yeah, I guess if like Rika bites somebody or consumes a part of the sorcerer in a way, that's when Okkotsu can use their technique. And maybe like Okkotsu can also ingest folks, like parts of folks as well.
Maybe it has to do with cursed energy. Maybe there was residual cursed energy in her arm. So if so, you know, she doesn't probably have to eat it. Maybe he can just, if people willingly transfer some of their cursed energy into her or him, maybe, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure
be something very simple like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a deeper explanation as the series continues. But yeah, he nails fucking Ishigori with what looks like a black flash of some sort, because you see the like black energy coming out. But I don't think it's a black. He calls it thin icebreaker, but I'm not sure if that would constitute a black flash. Rika comes in and bonks him on the head as well. But we learned then that after 5 minutes, the connection between Rika and Okkotsu would end. And I'm like,
thin icebreaker. I'm sorry. I think that's the Sky Lady's technique. He broke the sky on him.
You're right.
Which is really strong.
You're right.
It's
yeah.
nuts.
So,
and then Rika with the follow-up, hold that in your head. Kind of like how Luffy got punched in his fucking head. I mean, I guess knocked in his head.
Yeah.
The club.
Yeah. They mentioned that the connection between Rika and Okkotsu would end. Would that mean like she's just gonna go away for a little bit, or is this a permanent thing? I doubt it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. It is kind of.
I think she just. You know what I'm saying? Like, after she absorbs too much damage, she's like, all right, I gotta come back and chill.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. You get it.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, we're gonna fuck you up anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
It's cool. So it means I like seeing that, because what it tells me is that she's not really gonna die. You know what I'm saying? If somebody like carves her the fuck up into pieces, she's just gonna be like, oh shit, all right, I'm out. You got me. All right, sorry, Coach. This guy's really tough.
Yeah, Ishigori smacks the shit out of Rika, actually. He sends her flying. The damage is so severe that like she actually disappears at this point. Her limit is reached and she's out of the battle. They just get into a full-on fist fight for a while. It's pretty cool. And then big twist.
Oh, she lost her energy that's what happened. That's
Yeah.
how he was able to hit her so hard. She ran out of energy at she hit the 5-minute limit. Okay. I see.
Yeah, so Okkotsu grabs Ishigori, like just holds him still for a minute, and then he just looks at him and is like, we're done. And the fucking blast that he deflected before comes down and just smites Ishigori. His pompadour's all fucked up. He can't shoot cannons out of that shit anymore.
He can't.
And this reminds me of that one thing in World Trigger. I think this happened in World Trigger as well, where there was a redirected shot that came back down. I think Nishinoya did it to... Oh, not Nishinoya, sorry. IQ. Ninomiya did that to Yuba in their fight. But...
oh, yeah, the shots the hounds. He had them shits rain down and he predicted where he was going to jump. He's like, I knew you was going to press forward because you had to get them points for your boys. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. Like, you wanted to go on the away mission for your team, so I knew you'd take that risk.
Yeah.
Oh, what an asshole.
Yeah. Oh,
he
man.
got him. But if someone caught that nigga with the okie doke, never forget.
Yeah. And the chapter ends with Ishigori thanking Okkotsu because his stomach is now full. I bet it is, dude. You got fucked up.
Eating my own shit, bro.
Yeah. That's where the chapter ends. Let's get into thoughts. Joshua, what were your thoughts?
RGC.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Well, I guess let's get this. This is also my RGC. Brian, I assume this.
RGC.
Yeah. Yep. Unified, really good chapter of the week.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
You know we got JJK a couple weeks ago again, right? For the RGC.
Yeah. No, One Piece
last
was
week. I don't remember what it was. I think it was One
last
Piece.
week.
Yeah, it was One Piece.
I think this series is off this week coming, so that's sad. But
next week, yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, Jujutsu.
Very unfortunate.
But anyway, let's get into deeper thoughts. Josh, what did you think?
I think I fully understand what Okkotsu was about and what his power is. He's not only does he have a incredible curse technique and a unique power and Rika in their share of energy. He's a scrapper. He could fight. He's a student of the game, and he thinks this is like the consummate fighter, bro. This is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He'd get his hunter license. I think so. I think he'd aced the hunter exam.
Yeah.
Even if Hisoka was there hating and being weird.
Yeah. Ooh, Okkotsu. I want to fight you.
Yeah. Just fruit grow. Until it's ripe. Yo.
Hunter x Hunter is wild, guys. But were those all your thoughts?
Yeah.
Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
My favorite character now. Okkotsu's definitely my favorite character. Brian, what are your thoughts?
Okkotsu is a fucking beast. Just a fucking obnoxious beast. Why? Why is he so good? He's so fucking cool, and he looks so much older than he is. He's very, wise kind of character, even though he's still, a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I just love his fight style and the way that he approaches things. He just always seems like he's in control, even when shit's kind of spiraling. He's always trying to figure shit out. And he's a combination of damn, I forget the fucking Yuji and Fushiguro. He's a combination of both of them in one person. He's very technical, but he can also scrap. He can rely on instincts, which is, I guess that's his experience that shows.
He's well-rounded.
It really came together here. I fucking loved this whole entire fight. It was so cool. Like a little fucking battle royale in Jujutsu Kaisen out of nowhere.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Free fall was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Obviously, this was also a fantastic chapter, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, this is the third consecutive banger fight that this series has delivered, like one after the other. We had like Itadori versus Hira, the lawyer guy. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but that was incredible. We had Megumi versus Reggie Star, which was also incredible, and now we have Okkotsu versus all of these sorcerers. It's just been fun. Every battle's been a little different, and it feels like properly scaled too. Like, everybody got a fight that challenged them, but wasn't super out of their depth in terms of like a match. Okkotsu was facing off against people that could probably beat both Megumi and Itadori, so they got pretty lucky to not end up in the Sendai colony, dude. They get it in. I think
no bullshit, right? I mean,
yeah. I think they mentioned it earlier when they first got to Sendai, is that Sendai is particularly gruesome. Like, people dropped in this colony. But yeah, it has been just fantastic. Obvious, like, this whole battle, sick as fuck. People just like drop out of nowhere in a very realistic and sudden way. Sometimes you get caught real nice, and I think like everybody who got hit, everybody who was eliminated from this battle, got it pretty.
Yeah, got hit with a critical hit. You know what I mean? Like a decisive blow.
Yeah.
Even Koruchi, he just wasn't paying attention. Okkotsu pulled up.
Yeah.
He masked his key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am also appreciating that we're hitting the era of Jujutsu Kaisen where narrator Sama has arrived to kind of like tell us everything that's going on.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that shit in the anime.
We're back here.
The same guy from Hunter x Hunter. I won't be satisfied. He should go hard. They should go really hard to get that guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible.
I could dream, right?
Yeah, you could dream. But yeah, this is just fun. Fantastic read. Super entertaining. It's nothing we haven't said about Jujutsu Kaisen since the Culling Games started. Quickly shooting up to one of my favorite arcs of all time, because this shit is crazy. I don't know how they're gonna top this. I don't know who's next. Maybe Hikari will be the next person they focus on, and if that's the case, I'm all here for it.
What about What about Maki?
I feel like
Maki in a while.
I feel like Maki, when Maki comes in, it'll be a little later. I feel like she's gonna come in a really clutch moment, or maybe
he's gonna rip people's fucking limbs apart.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good on her for a little.
Yeah. Trust and believe that. Like, I'm waiting on pins and needles for Maki to show.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wait, Chris. Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay. He's back.
Oh, I thought all right.
You froze for a second. Oh, cool. Thank God. I had to stop the recording for a minute.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. Did you hear everything I said?
No.
Well, I was just saying that, I'm also good on Maki, and I feel like she'll come through in a clutch moment at some point, obviously. My bet's on Hikari is next. We're going to get like a little bit about him.
I hope so.
If we get a fourth consecutive battle that is of this caliber or higher, then I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen may be the GOAT. Because
supposed to be helping out, right? With this.
Yeah, he's in one of the colonies.
Oh shit!
He's here.
Ooh.
He's around.
Ooh.
What if we get a whole panda fight? It's just like a whole ass panda fight. That would also be acceptable. Oh my god! What if we get Toto coming back? And
he's with a robotic hand or something.
Yo, if he comes back with robotic hands, clapping. And this time my claps are stronger. It somehow that boosts my power. I'll accept it. Toto's awesome. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Jujutsu Kaisen. Fantastic.
Remember the robot guy that died?
Yeah, Mekamaru.
That was crazy. Who did he fight?
Yeah.
Mahito?
Yeah, he fought Mahito. And Mahito killed him in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's all, is that all our thoughts about Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Mekamaru reminds me of the robot guy from Invincible.
Robot?
Yes, that's the name of this robot.
Yeah, it's just robot.
Yeah, same concept, right? Where there's an actual person out there.
No,
Yeah.
robot's a robot, and then he becomes like a person at some point. That's a spoiler.
Oh, he's a real person.
Huh?
He just had a sickly body.
Mechamaru had the sickly body.
So did Robot from Invincible.
Oh, maybe I'm misremembering Invincible because I think like his human form came later.
He took some guy's body. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. He robot becomes a person.
Oh, he created the body. That new. Anyway,
yeah,
whatever.
we're getting sidetracked.
I don't want to spoil enough for people that haven't watched Invincible yet. That shit is dope too.
Yeah.
Where's season 2 at? They're wildin'.
I'm a comic only guy, so I haven't seen Invincible the show yet. But I can vouch for the cast.
You know it all.
I don't remember a lot of it. I haven't read Invincible in a long time. But anyway, I suppose that's it for Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's move onward. Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 328. Always. Last we left off with Jujutsu Kaisen. It was 2 weeks ago. Asta got this cool new form. He's got 5 minutes to fuck up Lucifero. And they're about to get it in right now. He manages to cut off like the back hands of Lucifero. And now he continues onward into a flashback as Lieb is remembering. I just realized he's wearing a t-shirt and pants. It's kind of adorable.
Cash.
But he's talking to Lasita, and Lasita is reminiscing on the fact that she had a kid once. But if she gave him away because the nature of her power would just like kill Asta because her ability was like just absorbing magic, if I remember correctly, until someone dies. So she had to give Asta away, and she left him at the steps of the orphanage. So yeah, I guess she was Asta's mom after all, as we all knew. I'll do this for, I guess, procedural reasons. But yeah, she's basically like, I can't stay with him. I can't hug him. I'll never see him again. But tomorrow, the day after, always, 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 I'll always love him. And, then we cut to immediately Lucifero talking shit about Lasita. He's like, that blasted worthless woman, the one who got in my way, she's your... And then Asta cuts off his horn. Asta just continues to slice and dice Lucifero. And he says, you're the one who's worthless, as he cuts straight down his shoulder all the way diagonally to the other side of his body. And then cuts him in half again, 2 pages.
Not done yet.
Yeah. Lucifero is just in pieces right now. He's chopped liver. As he's down there on the ground, Asta says, you just stay there and grovel. And then at the same time, Asta and Lieb say, we're going to live and be happy. And that's where the chapter ends. Short chapter, 16 pages. But, Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Man, it was really nice seeing Lucifero get carved up like a fucking wedding cake.
Mm-hmm.
And like he looked like you ever seen the videos of the fake food where they'll have stuff and it's really just cake?
Yeah. There's a whole Netflix series.
That's what it looks like it happened. No, it's real devil person. Nope, just
is this devil cake? Are you referring to Is It Cake on Netflix?
I don't know about that.
There's a show called Is It Cake where bakers make like things out of cake, and like a celebrity panel has to guess whether it's cake or not. So
that sounds fucking awesome.
I thought that's what you were referencing.
That. Thanks for putting me on.
Is Lucifero cake?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very.
I mean, he said it real quick. It wasn't much. What else can we say, right, Brian? You got thoughts? You didn't read this shit, right?
No.
You don't like Clover. You're a hater eternally.
Of course I didn't. Come on now.
Hater eternal.
Asta. I told you, he learned about his mom. He experienced his mom through Lieb.
Yeah.
So now I'm fighting for her, and that shit was different. Like, oh, I had a mom, and she loved me, and you killed her? Power up times fucking 1,000.
Yeah.
And it's Black Clover, so, it'd be like that, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn you into devil sashimi now.
Devil sashimi.
You're done.
He's a whole plate.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I've.
With Yami's sword, too. Hold that, nigga. Hold that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could say more about Black Clover. The chapters have been very short and art heavy, which we say it every week. Not a bad thing at all. It's just not too much to talk about. I will say that, it was cool to see Lucida acknowledge that, Asta is out there and, we get that closure, even though we knew, we all knew. It's not very a well-kept secret at this point, but, sometimes even if a twist is coming, it's nice to see it play out, or see a plot point that you knew was a thing play out. So this was nice.
You think he's dead? Do you think he's dead?
Lucifero? Probably not. I'd be surprised if they were like, I quit. I'm out of here. You know what? This human world's not worth it. I just got cut.
Right, his fourth of a body piece just there, his shoulder and head, and he's like, "That all right, just go back to the world. It's fine."
He just looks up. He's like, "Fair enough. You got me here."
I see you. Say, "Hey, asshole, warp us back."
Yeah. Hey,
I've been sitting and watching. That's actually the real bad guy.
Oh my god, he is so totally the real bad guy.
Oh man, he's gonna be so annoyed when he has to actually try.
He's like, Lucifero, you couldn't finish off these little brats?
Yo, God.
Dog, if that's how it comes to pass, then whoever's listening has to put us on to every single person they know. Because if we're right about that, nobody knows about.
We're right. We call it.
There ain't nobody who knows shonen better than we do. If nothing's right, if we get that pretty much down to the T, just like, looks like you couldn't cut it after all, Lucifero. What a shame.
I thought this was supposed to be funner. We went through all the hassle of getting to this rank human world. It's not even fun.
Your anti-magic is interesting. I'll try my hand at it.
Yo, oh my god.
It's got to be one of those options.
It's like, I don't know if do I like it ironically? Is that what it is?
No.
Just mad because it sounds
I like it genuinely.
I
like it genuinely. And I know that it's hard to believe that coming from me.
I like it genuinely too. But it is, too.
I love shonen jump tropes. Sue me.
Yeah, they're the best.
I do love them. Here's my out there theory, though. I'll throw this out there.
Okay.
So, guy who's going to be pissed off that he has to fight in a few minutes, he's actually going to get taken down by Yuno.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because I think Asta was supposed to take down Lucifero. Yuno's supposed to take out this other guy. And then later down the road, they're supposed to be candidates for Wizard King. Series ends after one of them is the Wizard King.
He better go fucking kick rocks and go to the Spade Kingdom where he belongs. He's like, alright, I'll be the Wizard King of the Spade Kingdom.
There is no Wizard King of the Spade Kingdom, I think.
He will be the first Wizard King.
Yeah. Who needs to be the Wizard?
I train him into Black Clover teachings.
Yeah. You get second place. You get whoever loses this battle has to be Wizard King of the Spade Kingdom.
Yeah, so it's always snowy and fucking depressing.
Yeah, where it's sad all the time. And it has a history of devil magic. But yeah, there you go. There's our Black Clover discussion. Despite our condescending tones, we do enjoy this series quite a bit. And honestly, I'll say this, this was actually tied for the certified really good chapter of the week for the audience vote, with Jujutsu Kaisen. So
Okay.
This is for both of them.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
And of course, you can always vote by hitting up our Twitter at New Jump City. The poll usually goes up after the official release on Viz, because that's how we kind of read these things. So check us out there. Cast your vote. The monthly poll is still up till Sunday, the time of this recording. So, do your thing. Cast your vote. Let us know what you guys think. And without further ado, let's move onward to our final series of the week. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 105. I have to go all the way back. Land Ho. Last we left off, Seal has sealed up Andy, an unhealthy lady, and has now confronted Unruin, the supposed king of the Negators. And he's like, are you the one who's going to be the king of Negators? And he's like, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
I
that?
sure am.
Sure. Yeah.
You know it, bro.
He says, now answer me this. That there. Say that again, Josh?
He said, what's yo dusty ass?
Well, he's supposed to be king of the UMAs, so.
Mm-hmm. He's a little dusty, though, with all them clothes.
He is.
But whatever.
He's a little mummy boy. So, probably a lot of dust under there. He turns over to him and he says, why do you have our boy Andy with you? And he's like, how did you know? He's like, it says undead on your back. So he's like, you seem to have already defeated him, but I wouldn't underestimate him if I were you. So
The human NPCs who aren't serving their I must have missed that. That is, he violated.
yeah. Apparently Ragnarok is a month away, and he's like, the human players that have ruined the playing field and the inhuman NPCs who aren't serving their function. So I guess like humans, negators, inhumans, the UMAs. And he's like, one of these two things are going to be judged and the other is going to be enhanced. So before God makes their arrival, we must carry out those tasks, restore balance, and usher in God. No pressure, I guess.
They got a whole month. I mean, shit.
Yeah. He's like, as for me, well, I've made up my mind. I'm going to kill every member of the Union.
Out of sheer spite.
Yeah, and so that way none of them will exist in the next and final loop.
Final loop.
Who knows? That's when Seal sneezes and Lucy is still using her soul to do the thing. And they're like, how the fuck did you do that? And echoing my thing. And she basically says that she learned it from a book, Peter Pan to be specific. And it came from her just being indoors all day because she's always sick because she is the unhealthy negator. And she's always wanted to play with other people, but she can't because she's sick. So, her mom would read books to her every day, and Peter Pan was her favorite. So every day she wished she could fly around outside. And then at some point she just did it. Because at that moment, that's when Ghost was brought into the world and it created astral body control. All right. Okay. Cool.
I called it.
You did call it. You did say something about astral projection.
No, what I said was I'm sure she could do it because of Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with that, and Andy won't be able to because he can't
yeah.
kill him.
I think our collective theory was that she makes herself so unhealthy that
That's
she
what it
kills
was.
herself.
I
every
guess
time.
I wasn't really on point with it then.
I mean, I think we both had
we both was kind of subscribing to that. So
about the ghost.
Yeah.
That obviously this is a ghost thing.
Yeah.
But
We were half right.
yeah, we were half right. I'll take that. Our initial theory was like she gets herself so sick, she kills herself every single time she does this. and then her soul leaves her body and comes back thanks to the ghost UMA. I mean, astral projection's pretty crazy. Apparently everyone can do it now. Even in like life, astral projection is just like a high idea. So the fact that she could just do it after reading Peter Pan is pretty funny. But I'll take it. So basically, Andy's like, so is there any trick to it? And she's like, well, you got to think about a bunch of wonderful things. What you want to do, what you want to be. Anything's fair game, but you need to have you need to have dreams and aspirations. And Andy starts to think back about his old days, watching his friends age and die, and he's like, don't laugh, but... And then he emerges out of his body. His ghost is an old man, and he's like, whoa, that's what you want? To be older? And he's like, yeah. I just want to be old. I want to have back problems. I want to not understand the kids today. But then as they're kind of dealing with this, all of a sudden, Seal comes in ghost form as well. And and starts fighting. In her astral projection, Lucy turns herself into Peter Pan. Fucking Andy turns himself into Captain Hook. He gives himself a hook hand for some reason. And they basically are busting everyone out for the most part in exchange for Bomb blowing everything up. So that's what happens.
He's like, oh, I want to blow everything up.
Oh, that's my thing. It's why I exist. It's my entire purpose for living.
And the other dude is like, damn, I don't know. What is his rule? Diamond?
Yeah, he's diamond.
Harder?
More durable for things. Never break. Never break again. Never break ever.
Ever break. Ever. And just, that's his dream.
So, they free Bomb and they free themselves. Andy and Lucy in their ghost form are breaking out, as well as Bomb in his ghost form. And Unruin is like, ooh, now we're talking. I'm going to fight this old man ghost. And that's where the chapter ends.
Oh, wow. This is crazy.
Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Man, this shit was crazy. I'm really surprised. No, I guess I shouldn't be, but I'm surprised that this is how he's going to confront this king of negators, who negates, I guess,
the concept of ruining things.
Sure. Oh, that's what it was, right? He's unruined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to make a slicker comment, but it's lost on me. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, I thought it was really dope. I'm a little bit disappointed that I wasn't all the way on point, that we wasn't all the way on point with the theory, but it definitely had a lot to do with Ghost.
Yeah.
If you told me that this fight was going to be resolved by them turning into Ghost and having Uma also turn into Ghost to assist them in fighting Mr. Bloody Bloods, well, now what is said, bro, you're crazy. Or what is this, bo?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were pretty out there with our theory, but I guess this makes sense as well. This is a simpler way to get through it, as opposed to she just dies.
Bro, Andy's willing to do anything to kill this guy. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. I guess it's cool. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I don't know why he did a hook hand thing. It doesn't really help anything, but whatever. It's going to be interesting. They got to figure out how to get
this lightheartedness is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
That the series ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Final loop, a whole nother arc.
Yeah. Oh, they took out another UMA as well. I think Magma's out too.
Oh,
there's 2 UMAs. They just gave UMA the power of belief. So
pretty cool.
Yeah. Interesting enough chapter. I'm excited to see what's next for Undead Unluck. Are those all your thoughts, Josh?
Oh yeah.
Then that has been our show. thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal, Josh at JK. We forgot one thing. We do have a question from Mike that I.
Oh shit!
My God, we should have done it in the One Piece section. But JK, we're back for a quick second. Mike B asks, we're gonna take on your softball question first. We got two others that are coming soon. One that'll be answered in our monthly when we cover the American comics, and the next, and probably again, this we'll probably take care of both of them in the American comic episode. But anyway, he asks, "What's our favorite One Piece arc?" So do you want to go first, Josh? I think we all have the same answer, by the way. So that
I don't think all right, because there was all right. I feel like it's a tie between two. No, my favorite was the Sabaody Archipelago.
Oh man!
When they all got split up.
All right, so it's not it. It's not what I thought it would be.
No, that wasn't my favorite. The Marine Ford. I'm sorry, it's the Marine Ford. Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. I was reading it without even knowing what the implications of any of this shit. Aside from Ace's kid's brother, and he doesn't want to see him die.
Yeah, fun fact, Josh. Marine Ford was the first arc that Josh ever read of One Piece. That's where he started.
I started with with Luffy being impaled down.
Oh, really? I thought it was.
I remember seeing Megalon. That was like the first chapter I really started reading. When we would read it at the library.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And shit. You would watch, that's what I remember starting to pay attention when he was fighting against Magellan. And I went back maybe 2 chapters only. Cause I seen, when he got into the prison with Buggy and all of that, but yeah. I feel like I've seen some of the Boa Hancock stuff too. I don't remember.
Maybe.
Boa Hancock happened before he got into
right before, yes.
But he broke into Impel Down. He didn't get sent there, right?
Yeah, he broke into. He Boa Hancock got him in
to the lowest level. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Okay, yeah, that's got to be my favorite arc. There was the Marine Ford. Does that count as part of the Marine Ford arc? The Impel Down?
We'll include it both.
Thank you.
Brian, what was your favorite, if you're still here?
Fucking insane.
My favorite arc, huh? My favorite arc.
I can come
I'm gonna have to go with. You go first.
All right. Well, Water 7, Enies Lobby.
Okay.
Best arc for me.
I knew that you was gonna choose that.
Yeah, I thought we were all gonna choose that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel
like it would have been mine if it wasn't for that one blemish.
Mm-hmm. What was the one blemish? I don't know. I seriously don't.
Bro.
I think it's a perfect arc.
Soap fruit?
Oh my God. Get over it. Get over it. Anyway.
Chris, you're just, you're ignorant, bro. You're ignorant.
Listen. Yeah.
You're a beloved One Piece fanboy, and and Oda can do no wrong in your eyes. Soap. No, let me stop.
I hear no lies, to be honest. There's very little Oda can do.
I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, no, it is.
I cared about it at the time. I was like, what is this whack shit you showing me in architecture class? Well, we had a substitute, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. No, I just think it's overall, that's when Oda really stepped up his writing. The paneling was kind of perfect back in the day. The art was really taking into what I think that was peak. The art of One Piece was where it was at its top. There was a lot of great perspective shots. Oda was really challenging himself with that arc, I think, artistically. I just think dialogue wise with the conflict between Luffy and Usopp, that was really cool. It was just a lot, and of course, Enies Lobby was just a great climax of an arc, a whole arc that's just a climax. A lot of fun, individual battles, classic shonen type shit, and it was just so cool, man. Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd came out of that arc. It was
Luffy and Usopp argued over the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Over the Mary, because the ship was broken. Luffy had to get rid of it. Usopp was feeling some type of way about that, because the ship was an analog for himself. You know, like Usopp was like deeply insecure because like he was afraid that like he's the most useless guy in theory in his eyes on the crew, being no powers, being the weakest on top of that. So, you know, he was feeling some type of way with that. Seeing the Mary being discarded so easily in his eyes is like, well, what about me? If I start to like lose my use, then what happens to me? You know? And that was like the deeper thing going on in the subtext of Usopp in that arc. But you know, we also got Robin's flashback, the introduction of Frankie, which is like,
oh shit, Robin's flashback was.
Mm-hmm. And
I think you're right. I think that was the best. I think that was even better than Marineford. Marineford just was popping off, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't blame you. I'm one of these people that
Flamingo.
Yeah, I don't.
When he's going to the diamond guy, I know you was like, "What?
Yeah,
this is crazy." Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, it was just fantastic, top to bottom. Frankie, Eugene,
fucking, what's his name?
Eugene.
No, Edward.
Oh yeah. Edward Newgate, yeah, Whitebeard.
Newgate, yeah. I don't know where those other names came from, but yeah, Edward in the sky.
Yeah,
what that's supposed to mean?
Yeah, it's tough with One Piece, you know. Like I'm one of the people that thinks that every arc is pretty great. But yeah, I remember when I was reading One Piece for the first time, that was the arc that like, all right, this is my favorite of all time. It's just great.
I don't remember it as well as you, so I'm going to start to stick to what I said.
You need to go back to at least read that one.
You're right. I should probably not go that far back and just start from there.
Yeah.
It's then you get Thriller Bark after. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, One Piece was never the same for the Straw Hats after that, because that was like when they struggled a little bit during the Grand Line. There was a lot of challenges, obviously, Alabasta being their biggest, but this is the one that was like, all right, we're not fucking around anymore. From here on out, it's hard mode. It's extreme hard mode. And not too long after that, they got separated. So, you know, that's when like things really started to raise up and be realistic in the sense that like, this is not a place for rookies anymore. From here on out, like you may clear this one, but everything else is going to be real difficult unless you get stronger. So. Top to bottom, great. Introduce
for sure.
Introduce somebody who constantly wavers in my top 3, Straw Hats and Frankie. So I love that arc so much. But that's my favorite. Brian, do you finally have your answer?
Monster Chopper, bro.
Yeah,
Tossing Kumadori. Oh man, that's the best.
It's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough ask. But I'm starting to lean towards, in my opinion, the One Piece arc that really started One Piece. And that is Arlong Park.
Whoa!
I think Arlong Park is literally the definition of a One Piece arc, and it's the arc that kind of jump-started the entire series, in my opinion. Like, once you reach Arlong Park, that's when you find, like, that's when Oda finally caught his stride. And the, like, really deep character writing and the interesting fights and all this, like, madness in, like kind of battle zone type of things happens. Like, and it was also when the Straw Hats kind of split up, and in the end, they finally kind of joined together, become an actual family at the end as well. It wasn't just a bunch of people, like, it wasn't just a ragtag team of people just put together. They actually had a bunch of shared goals and solidified their friendships through hardship. It was just such a beautiful arc, and it kind of paved the way for every other arc after it. So Arlong Park is definitely like, it definitely has a special place in my heart when it comes to One Piece, just because of like, that's the arc that really tied me into the series. Even when I was rereading it recently, I noticed like a huge, and I mean huge, shift in quality when we reached Arlong Park. It was like night and day compared to the fucking one before that. It was the fucking restaurant shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you in that sense. I think a lot of dynamics were established between the Straw Hats because that's when Zoro and Sanji established their like hate relationship. I think that's an important thing to Arlong Park. It's funny because, like I mentioned, I'm on TikTok a lot, and I'm on One Piece TikTok specifically. It looks like my algorithm is taking me there, and a lot of people, like now that One Piece is on Netflix, talk about how it was Arlong Park that was like really the one for them, that kind of like sealed the deal for them. So I think that makes a lot of sense. I think it is like kind of the first archetypical One Piece arc where everybody gets an individual fight. There's a big dramatic flashback of one of the characters involved. Oh, say that again, Josh. You cut off.
Right?
What?
It's Nami, right?
That's Nami's arc, basically.
Yeah.
So, I definitely see that. I think it's it's probably one of the more important arcs, like in terms of the story, because it informs later arcs like Fishman Island. Big part of that.
It also really saved Nami's character as well, because before that arc, Nami was kind of like annoying. She was just kind of a dick just to be a dick. But after that arc, she kind of became a more likable character. Like maybe it's because she didn't have she didn't have much to hide, and she didn't have animosity towards pirates anymore. But that arc really made me enjoy Nami a lot more, and she just became consistently a fun character on the Straw Hat Pirate crew for the rest of the series. So I don't know. It was really it was really close. It was between this and Marineford. It was between the two for me.
Damn.
But I had to give it to the OG.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Those are our favorite One Piece arcs. If you have any more questions, you can reach us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on Twitter, the comment section of this video. Just let us know what you guys think, what questions you have for us. We'd love to answer them. We'll do more questions later. I know we're a little slow on it, but we're getting there. And with that being said, I think that's it. Finally, right? We're good, right?
Yes.
That has been our show. You already know, for real this time. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram as well. Brian is streaming at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Watch him play video games. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, or comment under whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little YouTube breakouts we make for you guys every week. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well at newjumpcity. We have a weekly poll for favorite chapters of the week according to the audience. Vote on that. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. The audio version of the podcast usually comes out first, so subscribe to us on there. And also subscribe to us on YouTube. That would be super cool. We put a lot of work into the YouTube, so let us know what you guys think on there. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, we'll see you next week, where it should be our third year anniversary, boys.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys.